Hello, everybody. We are in the Treasury Automation Workgroup. It's 8th July. And as usually, we are sharing our development progress. So we have two sessions per quarter. And we have this new GitHub board where we bring our activities in. So some audit stuff from the June is activity from my side. You can see that mostly I worked on Zoom API, and there was like not technically it's not even Zoom API integration in the later stage, but just an additional feature on top of that because I found like that we needed to do this configuration thing um, in order to match who is behind the ambassador account. And then later here you can see like drop another 3 hours because I couldn't figure out what caused us to that the configuration didn't work. And then I found out that there are situations where there are multiple ambassador accounts in the call and they both use different devices. So two people, four devices, and that kind of confused
Yeah,
us. Of course, we could like make it more, probably solve it just through the API too. But yeah, I don't think we went into all the different tables there are, like, and maybe just like we put names behind devices. Um, and probably there is like another like pro solutions to get like even more details from this Zoom. Um, but yeah, on when I was working on it, I felt like, okay, I'm just gonna fix it as I have the data right now, and then we just can like put it aside. Um, and yeah, last work, yes, import, it did work. But yeah, uh, we skipped last week, so I couldn't really have like a fresh like test on that. So this will come up this week. Um, but I'm very positive that this entire thing is now put to the bed. In the middle here, I have some, I'm created a home page. I haven't really make it super useful to kind of go back and forth. But yeah, like it's just that I felt like, okay, this navigation thing is between sheets a bit annoying if there is so many sheets. Um,
oh yeah,
and then created date info column and separated out error messages. Yeah, so basically there are now two like error message columns, just of easier reading and updating. Yes, that I went through. So I don't think I skipped anything else. So that was my June. And this week ended up with uh, let's see, default Chrome names configurations. Okay, so we had this actually quite long time a broken like recognition about every time we imported a file, we tagged how many times we imported. But that was broken, so we didn't get actually accurate information of that. And instead of fixing it, I was like, wait, this is actually useless information because we have a task date behind each contribution. So if you ever want to know what's the demand from a work group, then we will see it.
yeah.
And instead I put like last import date. And that would then kind of
Oh,
indicate us like if it's a 6 month old import and it hasn't done anything, it's probably either the group has paused their activity or they have completed their activity. And maybe it's better even to then disable these automated configurations so that maybe if 1 year later a similar name or
yeah,
something triggers, it doesn't automatically assign all the old information to that. And it will
yeah, yeah,
prompt us to see, hey, check the configurations. Um, so yeah, so it's some like very niche things, but basically, going basically all through our backlogs that we had already, like I don't know, last year basically, just going.
yeah, yeah.
Then bundle transaction sheet updates, auto filter. Oh yeah, so we had like multiple filters there. So I added new parameter to like filter out categories. So this category like filtering we have under the change rates. The combination of now basically is addressing all the different filter options we previously used as a button. So I don't know, just felt like less clutter. Um, Then update the contact button no longer allows creating contacts. Yeah, it's just a weird bug where this with this new GitHub thing, when I create the GitHub account first, then I cannot add it wallet addresses. So I just basically here I'm disabled that you cannot create contact accounts before you have registered the Swarm account. And because yeah, if you have Swarm account, then you can assign it the contacts and the wallet address. But yeah, it was like a
Yeah,
weird
yeah,
case where basically created a GitHub account without Swarm like account, and then when I tried to assign a wallet address to that uh,
yeah,
Swarm account or like that GitHub account, it didn't create the Swarm account because it said like this is a weird edge case, and I
yeah,
didn't really
yeah,
want to update the way we are assigning the
yeah,
wallets. And so I was just like, okay, let's not get into this issue.
yeah, yeah. I know those kinds of updates.
And finally, now if there are multiple roles, conf matches to reward ratio, the highest rewards will be applied. It was technically it was something else that we wanted to do. Like it was like tags and stuff, but when I was doing it, I realized, I have in the GitHub email, I have now a situation where there are like leveled rewards. The more lessons you create, the more rewards you get, and they are same tags, just different people. Um, then I thought, like, okay, instead, if the same person has like multiple things and they're also doing like documentation and it has a different rate, it will always adopt the best, like highest rewards option instead of initially it was like in what sequence the configuration is. But
Yeah, yeah,
I was scared that maybe I'm gonna filter or sort the configuration and then it breaks all the logic for every workgroup. Technically, right now it's only I'm using this that separate stuff.
yeah.
But yeah, so these are like operational centric updates that I've been working on, and yeah, here is
Y-
other
You
stuff.
did a lot, man. I didn't do anything. I did, yeah. Basically, this updates we discussed in the previous meeting.
Mm,
Uh, I think the last thing we worked on was just finalizing that Zoom API. And then Q3, I just fixed, we did that swap the other day. There was a bug. I
mm,
haven't fixed the Discord bug yet, but I've fixed the dashboard bug that, because when you do a swap, sometimes it returns AGIX as well, and the dashboard didn't know what to do with that AGIX. So I just had to tell it, okay, this is just do this so that the overview table of the ambassador program makes sense because there are like balances that need to be the same. So I just had to tell the dashboard what to do with that AJX. So I fixed that. But
mm,
the so what's next for me is just to start working on this Discord, this new feature.
mhm.
So,
Yeah. Basically, once we close the recording, we will go into it a bit more and then like I plan a bit when I'm like expected to do something so we can like coordinate basically.
yeah,
Um,
I'll just quickly mention I have worked on another project with also using a Discord bot. So at least I've learned a couple of things. So if I jump into this, I won't be like, don't know what's going on. I'll immediately know where to start. So that's a good thing at least.
okay. Yeah. Yeah, and thought maybe I will go over also other GitHub tasks that we have here. So treasury automation also like preparing this meeting itself took like 4 hours. I guess because it is a bit, most of the things are asynchronously. So you can see every few weeks I do
Yeah,
like catch up. I update the documentation and I also try to streamline our like activities. Um, and then also this week, I think I started already. Yeah, like posted the Discord message to kind of coordinate. potentially we may not have that much like preparations further because we are like getting very like repetitive, and also I think we have no like backlog work anymore, and this is basically the only main task we have, and then we just need to maintain
Yeah.
the quarter and kind of understand the implication and just how others can engage with us. So it's gonna get super simple here with treasury automation until either price increases or we get some more funding from different activities or yep, like sources. Regarding some other updates, I don't know, do we want to mention? So it doesn't mean that we are not working on treasury, um, but yeah, like on myself, I put some development time on a bit more like abstract level. So I have now completed my custom Excel functions, which I use to develop this treasury manager. And I also now have figured out the way I'm going to able to generate the code using Visual Studio Code and like exiting the Excel like IDE or whatever development dashboard.
Oh. Yeah, yeah,
Um, uh, yeah, so that is something I'm like working a bit every week. And the next step is basically yeah, now updating the current Treasury Manager with the newest code additions. And once that is done and everything is kind of working, then I will start integrating more like LLM functions and like also work on. Then I'm able to basically do this white coding thing that's getting.
yeah.
uh,
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, man.
so it may like if all goes well, that may like increase my speed of like results basically.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, and yeah, before we started call, you also mentioned that on your side you're still working on like uh, importing some Cardano general information, which is still relevant for like treasury management activities because it's like the reporting side and seeing the network of who is engaged with your funds
yeah, yeah,
and who is
yeah,
voting for your funds. Um, and yeah, maybe like future and like next year or somewhere, if that is getting more of hold what you're doing, perhaps there is like opportunity also to provide similar dashboards to or like logics or services to the Singularity Net.
yeah, yeah,
But even though they are all building also their own dashboard, so maybe there is a research somewhere in the middle, and there are so many options
yeah,
and where to go.
yeah.
Um,
If like just sharing the knowledge with them as well.
But I think this will be end of our updates. From now, we are going to work on our work group reporting and next quarter plan, which is quarter four plans. And we are in quarter start of the quarter three, so we are pretty good state with our work group. Like I feel like we are finally catched up. Um,
Yeah,
and yeah, we are also planning some bonus rewards. So if we do something, then we also might automate it, and maybe that also feeds into next proposal if we want to do some. Um, if you're interested in any of these results, then in the video description you will find the meeting summary, and there you will find all the documents that we go through today. Thanks for watching. See you in the next session.